Kick It Podcast. And as always, this is your host, Ones. And as always, this is your host, Ones. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up? This is the Really Kick It Podcast, episode number 25. This is season 2, and we are grateful, man. I am thankful for all of my followers. I got 103 followers now. I'm proud of that. We ain't use no bots or nothing. We just put out the content, and those who gravitated toward the content gravitated toward it, and we appreciate that. We are not going to stop. We are fresh off of an interview with my homegirl, Janae Roberts. It was dope. It was informative, and I think it was something that a lot of people took something from because I got a lot of feedback from it, and I appreciate that. I got a back to school giveaway coming up August 30th. We're going to put the information about that up, so anybody who's near, if you got a kid that needs supplies or any of that, come out. If you just want to come out and listen to some good music, we got free food, we got free drinks and all that while supplies last. We're trying to build this community, and you could be a part of that. Just come out and hang out, man, catch a good vibe. And that's that for that, man. But I got the topics, man. It's a lot of jail shit going on out here, man. It's a lot of shit going on out here. Young Durk trial started. The judge is allowing lyrics to be used. He got 35 people that's supposed to testify against him. Now, see, we talk about the same things on here, man, because the same things consist. You know why the same things consistently happen? I said consist. I was supposed to say persist. The same things persist because nobody is looking at themselves and taking themselves out of thinking they're the exception. They thought they was the exception. OTF, only the famous, the realest niggas ever. Nobody gonna tell. Everybody telling. You heard? Everybody telling. They got a dude called OTF Varney, right? I just found out about this dude, you know, just listening to the case, listening to people talk about the case. OTF Varney wasn't a street nigga. He was King Von's manager, right? And being King Von's manager, they automatically just put him around a bunch of street shit and thought he was going to hold water when the walls closing. You see how this go? See, Von ain't that old. Durk ain't old right now. These are young guys. These are young guys that got money and led other guys to their destruction. So now everybody is calling everybody a snitch. You can't call everybody a snitch because, first of all, a snitch was a label that was supposed to be placed on street guys. There are no civilians that could snitch. You cooperate with the cops, you're a civilian, you pay taxes, they work for you. That's how that's supposed to go. But when you in the streets, you can't be a snitch. You can't go against those rules because you're in the streets. You can't snitch on somebody and then think you're gonna be a street guy. Period. That's not a thing. But these guys thought they made street guys just by association. You got videographers caught up in this shit. You know why videographers? Because these guys be around. They hear these stories. They hear, and police. The police is tapping phones. Police is watching motions and all that. They get in these positions and they start to move like the criminals. Because it's kind of like the 6ix9ine thing. You get around gangsters and you think you a gangster. You could just be the cool dude around gangsters. And you know what you'll miss? The RICO. You'll miss that indictment. When I was thinking about what they got going on in Chicago right now, I thought about this, right? All of this shit started with Chief Keef, right? Chief Keef, when we met him, he was on parole or probation for shooting. The nigga was like 15, locked in his house. He made a video go viral, blah. We got all these extra niggas, right? Chief Keef moved out of Chicago, ain't been to jail. He left and started making basically hippie drug music. While the rest of them was talking about niggas' names, people who died, poking the bear, making fun of the dead, telling people they gonna kill them, things of that nature. They kept that shit alive. He let it go. I can name how many is dead on that side, and I can name how many are alive outside of Chicago with Chief Keef. The one we thought was going to be the fuck up, course corrected. And the ones that we thought, because they got a career, because Dirk ain't coming in this shit, no rapper that nobody thought was lyrical or super lyrical. Nobody thought he was going to have a career, and then niggas thought these was entourage niggas. So when you get it to the point where people are respecting your pen and there's money to be made on this side, you were supposed to step away from the street life the same way Chief Keef did. Because most of these niggas don't got no enemies outside of the 4 walls that they know. That them 4 blocks, them 6 blocks, them 8 blocks. A lot of street dudes' lives is contained to a small environment. So that means if you get out that environment, you should no longer have ops. Because you have no bad blood with nobody outside of that environment. This is why you leave that community. You can always go back to your community and extend a hand and be like, yo, I'm here for positivity and things of that nature. But you do not have to prove yourself as a street nigga by going and loitering or sending guns into the hood when you get money, you know, shit like that. Because now look at this shit. He's in court fighting for his life. This ain't gonna be an easy one. 35 witnesses. What you think those witnesses got something to say about? They're talking about conversations they heard. Even if they didn't put in the work, if they got forensic evidence that comports with the shit that's coming out their mouth when they decide to give testimony, that shit is going to be admissible in court and it's going to be heard by the jury. So all this fandom when niggas is talking about, oh, Dirk going to beat this. Everybody from the sidewalk niggas, they always look at these court cases and say everybody's going to beat everything. Well, I done been in jail after niggas got 25 to life and all that shit, and niggas walking past your cell, and niggas like, damn, Loco, it's over, bro. And it never looked like you niggas try to make it look, oh, niggas stood and took his time. That man cried. You can't tell me Dirk ain't cry. We saying it, there's a video of one of Dirk's homeboys. He gets caught. He's talking about murder before they even get him to the precinct. But Dirk was talking about him in songs. This is why these songs are going to be admissible in court. You're talking about these dudes by name. Oh, I just got up with so-and-so. I paid for this, and I did this, and I told him, and then he'll do this for me and all this shit. And now you got all these videos coming out that when he got caught, he was like, I'll tell you anything you need to know. I just can't go to jail. He's a codeine. It's OTF shit. So who he telling on? Listen, man, to the kids, I want to say between 13 and 25, man, there's a whole lot of stupid shit you can miss out on. And that's by finding a hobby, by finding a trade. You can rack up all these things now as a young man, as a young woman, and live a great life, and you will see all your homeboys, all your homegirls that ain't do shit, you will see the difference between you and them. And you will be glad that you took the alternate route. Now, all that shit might look good. Niggas outside with guns and all that shit, right? And, yo, we do this and we big steppers and all that. Everybody's in a movie. It's a movie in their head. It's a movie in their head, but none of them have wrote the ending. None of them can foresee how this ends. I can because I seen it. And I continue to see it. That's what this whole podcast is about. Showing y'all how I see this shit that we have somehow normalized. Leading us to jail. I want to talk about BMF, right? As a whole. As a youngin', right? We looked at BMF. Well, I don't even want to say we. I looked at BMF like it was some strong shit. It's some street shit. As long as nobody said nothing. Even though they sold drugs to our people, that's another thing. We look at it like, oh, them was getting money niggas. They was degrading the community. Let's put that out there. A lot of kids didn't eat because people was buying drugs from them. A lot of death came because of the kilos that was sold, and a lot of shit. It was a lot of destruction around that, and it was contained in our community. I'm gonna say that first. We was looking at Meech like he was a leader for real, right? Because we seen a nigga on Smack DVD and all that, and this is. I had to learn as well, because sometimes you see money and you think a nigga got it all figured out, or a nigga cooler than he is because he got money, and you might be in a place when you ain't got no money when you see that. So you look at it and be like, damn, whatever he got going on, it got to be worth the risk or whatever, right? It wasn't worth the risk because a lot of them niggas got locked up and told. So it wasn't worth the risk. You have to always apply what you're getting while you're learning in this world. What I know about them then is is different than what I know now. I want to talk about them because Meech is podcasting. He talking to his brother, the same brother that was on the Feds had it on tape talking about he was gonna kill Meech and all this other shit. Them niggas is back together. What they talking about on podcasts? Are they telling you not to do the street shit? Are they telling you how to get some legitimate money? Are they, you know what these niggas is doing, sitting around with a bunch of women and young niggas, and they being asked about questions when they was drug dealing? For what? What does that serve? Those old stories about all that money ain't serving them niggas now. So what is it for? Why would, and like I always say, the streaming shit, there are no adults that I know sitting around watching 8-hour streams, 5-hour streams, 10-hour streams. So who's watching this shit? These is kids. So you have to be cognitive of who you're pushing this message to and what your message is. Their message is, we're gonna praise drug dealing by way of telling you what we bought with drug proceeds. We had houses, we had cars, we had rollies, we could fuck whoever girl. This is their conversation on that stream. What does that do for you? Nothing. These are grown men, 50 plus. And they have nothing to talk about outside of what they did as young men fucking up our community as black people. That's their whole conversation. And people be tuned in for it. That's why these motherfuckers is doing it. Because if nobody wanted to hear them bitch ass stories, these niggas wouldn't be doing that. They would need something else to do. And you want to know how I know? They ain't got shit else to do? One of the highest ranking niggas in BMF is back in jail. J-Bo. J-Bo came home long time. He came home long time, way before Meech and all that shit. Still talking that BMF shit, right? He was on Vlad. He gave Vlad his life story and all that. He did all of that. J-Bo just got caught with 50-something bricks. That's a one-trick pony. If Meech didn't have this streaming little setup thing, guaranteed he would have been right back in the loop with him. Because the money validates them. The money is what validates them. This is what makes you take that risk at 50-something. What you think you about to get for transporting with intent to distribute 50 bricks and you already 50? Is that what you want for yourself? Is that cool? We looked at these men like they were stand-up men when that BMF shit was going on. Not because we know their morality or the content of their character, because they had money. Because now I look at these niggas that grown men, and I'm a grown man. You niggas look like fools to me, man. At every step, you niggas look like fools to me. From the billboard up to J-Bo getting locked up for this shit again. Little Meech snitching. Y'all even acting like BMF was something. Little Meech was in the streets fucked up by his own admission until 50 came and got him. You know how many of them BMF niggas was still wearing BMF chains? So why y'all ain't come check for his son? Wrapped up in that BMF shit is it's a microcosm of the street world, period. If you look at all of it, now you got Meech. They say he snitched on Cuffy. His son done told twice before he even got to the precinct. He telling on niggas. And all them niggas are still together. That mean all that street principle shit niggas was talking about, if I would have heard my brother for any fucking reason was talking about killing me and that brother, like I cut niggas off for less. Ain't no coming back. If you could get it in your mind, we both selling drugs, nigga. And you gonna say, oh, that nigga too hot. If he keep making shit hot, I gotta kill him. Nigga, you selling drugs on your side? What the fuck is you talking about? And T-side was the side that brought down BMF. All the ledgers and all that shit was found on his side. And it took down both sides. So from a street perspective, even when I hear niggas say, I stand on business, nobody above the program, that shit is bullshit, man. Niggas find every reason to go back and fuck with somebody who don't know deserve to be fucked with. And everybody got their reasons. You talk to everybody, I go, I ain't got no reasons, man. If it's fuck me, it's fuck you indefinitely. You don't get to choose when, yo, it's fuck me, but today you cool. Nah, that ain't how we rocking. So, and I'm talking about for small shit. You being recorded on tape saying that you'll kill your brother because of how he moving, man, ain't no coming back from that, but they together. Why? Because they need to be together. Ain't neither one of them generating no significant money like they was back in the day. Don't look up to street niggas. It's as simple as that, man. It's as simple as that. We didn't cover a lot of rap shit. A lot of this is rap based because that's where the nonsense is at. These kids have fans. It's fans going to court saying free Dirk. Would you be saying free Dirk if he paid for your brother or father or nephew or son to be hit? No, you would want accountability. But because it's not your people's, you're going to love this artist that did that to somebody else's family. That makes sense? Listen, man. If we're going to adhere to these cliche quotes, stand on business, only fuck with real niggas, only all that shit, we got to start making it actionable. Because there's a lot of niggas say that I don't fuck with snitches. I know a bunch of niggas don't fuck with snitches, got a snitch running around with them, but that snitch got a story. His snitching is somehow different. Everybody is protecting theirs. That means nobody stands on nothing. The way I feel about snitching is linear, and I don't even feel the same way I feel about snitching no more. I don't care. Because I'm not doing nothing in the streets. I cared when I was a street nigga. And what made me stop being a street nigga is when I went to jail, when a nigga said he went and told police I robbed him for drug money. That was it. That was my exit ramp. Taught me all I need to know. I beat the case, went to grand jury, beat the case, and I ain't did nothing in the street since. Because I learned. I learned from my own experiences. This is produced so that you may learn from the actions and circumstances of others. Because I'm not just watching court cases. I'm watching niggas' lives being ruined when they don't have to. You got to think about it. Most of these people were the Pooh Shiesty. Boy was getting more money than he ever had. Dirt was getting more money than he ever had. Foolio and them getting more money than they had. You understand what I'm saying? All this death is coming from young men that made breakthroughs and had careers, and now before they even turned 30, the lights is out. It's so many people going to jail that they ain't even have fucking priors before they got the money. I want to talk about this too, man. For some reason, Young Thug goes to a school to talk to some kids. For some reason, right? This nigga couldn't even explain what the fuck was going on with his case. But somehow we want him to go talk to kids. What was his message to kids? Fame is the most important thing. You go to a school and tell kids, not education, not a trade program, not listening to your teacher, not having good habits, not none of that. Study habits, none of that. Fame. Well, let's talk about his fame, right? When he went to jail, everybody was, yo, King Slime, everybody rooting for him, right? When he came home from jail, his jacket was dirty. He can't even get a song to pop right now. What is fame looking like? His fame changed, didn't it? So fame can't, if fame is malleable to that extent, it can't be the most important thing. It can't be the most important thing. He switched out a bunch of dudes that was rats, that told on him, that told on each other, all type of shit. He calling dudes rats. And he just went on a stream with a YouTuber named Neon not too long ago. And he got a bunch of other street niggas around him. How you think this is going to turn out? He's trying to put on a bunch of new street artists when him himself is on paper and is on video for snitching. You understand what I'm saying? This is praise and money. If I'm a street nigga, Young Thug can't be the nigga I go through looking for my success. Because I would be having to expose Young Thug to my life. We not doing that. Not if I'm a street nigga. But this is how broke my people are. You have all that information right in your pocket. He went and talked to Big Bang Black. Big Bang Black was one of the biggest drug dealers and whatever street niggas that converted his life into something else. He said Thug and them was wrong. He sat with him. He said, I ain't gonna argue with these niggas on video because that's not for me to do. But he has his own perspective, and in his perspective, niggas is wrong, and the shit that they be saying is bullshit. So he know it. And still let these dudes come out there, roll out. Why they not telling? Why they not? Bro, you told. That's it. There's no reason to platform them because there's nothing nobody could get out of that. The paperwork is the paperwork. It's concrete. Once it happened in court and it's transcribed, guess what? That's it. That's the black and white we be talking about. That happened. There's no way around it. But his message, the dude that went through all that and should have more life experience, he could have went up there and told them kids, stay out of jail. He could have told them how to pick better friends. He could have told them what a friend is supposed to be. Because he learned the lesson. He didn't do that. He went and told them about fame. You know how many niggas is out here walking around with fame and no money in their pocket? There's a lot of that. Face recognizable as a motherfucker. But they need help. These niggas got to spend their last to make it still look like they need money. We have proof positive of that. Fetty Wap. So it's stories, and all of these stories is linked up because nobody is going through nothing that's unique to them. Not one of us. The Tupac trial started. Keefe D. Keefe D is a Southside Crip. Was one of the get money niggas back in the day, right? And let me bring you up to speed what this story is. Keefe D is a Southside Crip, one of the biggest Crip gangs in Compton or some shit like that. These were known as the Get Money Crips. They had a bunch of connections and all that shit. Keefe D got pinched for drugs. He is already old, I think 40-something. He got pinched for drugs. They told him, listen, we'll give you a proffer, and you basically get a queen for a day. What queen for a day mean? You could tell us anything truthfully and we can't move on you against it. Whatever you say can't be used against you. So he went down to get out of one charge or to get that charge lessened. He went and told them everything that happened on the night that Tupac died, who killed, who gave the gun, who did all this shit, right? Now, he did that in California. He moves to Vegas where the crime originally happened. The proffer agreement says you're queen for a day in California where you tell a story. This nigga want to read books. He want to go on Vlad. He want to do it. You want to continually tell a story. He moved to Vegas. Vegas got his ass because there is no statute of limitation on murder. It's not a state you could go to that has a statute of limitation on murder. So with the story he told in California, he should have stayed his stupid ass in California. But after telling them stories, you know, the pen get hot. Niggas start talking about you a rat. Niggas start trying to get you X, Y, and Z. Pen got high, he moved to Vegas. Vegas snatched him. Now they've been going through it for, I think, 2 or 3 years. He been locked up. Finally start the trial. You got people going up there. They hitting the stand and they like, yo, this is what happened this night. Back in 93, we was at each other, but I'm not saying nothing that's going to incriminate him. Dudes like Marv James. But then you got a bunch of other dudes that's telling a story that's going to put you in jail. Think about that. This shit, Tupac died how long ago? More than 20, 25 years? So even if you think you could get away with doming and they putting somebody down. It's 5 minutes of work, if that. From beginning to end. If you got the drop on them, you in the car, you sitting, let's say a couple hours, if you that far along into it. But that shit will turn into life in prison fast. And Keefe D is about to figure that out. This man had a whole life. He got grandkids. He done got married. You done built a whole nother life. And now you sitting there for some shit that took 5 minutes of your life to do. And you fighting for your life. It's happening over and over again. We seen FBG Duck. We Fulio killers. We seen it. It's the same shit. Because everybody think they're the exception. That's one thing I don't live with in my mind. I'm not the exception. I don't believe you'll do everything to everybody but none to me. I'm not a person that believes that it can't happen to me. Once you remove that, shit get a lot clearer. Because I see it's a bunch of dudes when I go outside now. I'm still in the streets. I still be around the energy, the gangbangers and all that shit. And I be preaching. Not from a book standpoint, but I'm telling niggas, man, I see how this going to turn out. I've been here before. I seen it. I know which niggas is going to fold. I could tell that by a nigga conversation. And I'm not telling you to not have friends. I'm telling you to not have friends that are into some street shit, man. You got to pick people with the life that you want to live, that are conducive to the person you want to be. You have to do that. And as kids, sometimes you don't know how to step away from niggas. But when the shedding start happening, you got to allow it to happen. Anybody that wants to be in the future with you will. All them niggas that want to go to jail and want to be glorified for being street niggas, man, do your RIP shit and move on, man. Because you work for that. I can't be sad when you get what you work for. I can't be sad about it. Oh, my boy wanted to be a gangster. He got life. My nigga. Salute you. But for those that want to be out here taking care of their kids and you want to hike, I'm going to be incrementally telling that person you doing good work. You doing what you're supposed to be doing. I want my people here striving, not in the dead on the t-shirt, and the only time I can see you is in remembrance. I don't want you in jail, none of that. I'm telling my boy, my last homeboy, the closest nigga that's to me, he went to jail and he came home. I went, seen him drop money, and I told that nigga, boy, I got this cooking. I'm trying to do this. Just stay in the streets with me. He went back to jail. We ain't got nothing to talk about. That's what looked like standing on business. All right, you made a mistake. But you're calling it a mistake after you did it. You could take time to think about everything you're about to get into. If you're just moved in a moment, you haven't matured yet. Because now when I get into certain shit, I'm thinking about, damn, I got to go to work tomorrow. I got the kid tomorrow. I got to do this. It's shit on me now that I have to do, that I can't just be like, yo, I'm going to the bookings every week. And you go to the bookings, they be like, I was just here last week. Y'all was just here. Y'all stay in this shit. That ain't the life for me, man. That ain't cool. I'm not enough, and I got shit to do. So even though I learned my lessons, I still come in here to say, yo, you know what? Let me try to teach the youth some lessons. Using the lives of others, using these celebrities that these people look up to. I want to show you, once you get around that money, half of these niggas is idiots, man. They wasn't the cool kid. They wasn't the leader before they got some money. But they gain these followings because most of the people around these people are so broke that you the only game in town. So they fall up under you. They start telling you they'll kill for you and all of that. Now you start thinking you John Gotti, you sending niggas on missions. But whole time these niggas they don't care about the mission. They care about the money. So when they get caught for the mission, they're telling. Because I was in it for the money. I was just fucked up. That's why I went. That was the only game in town. And I don't want nobody to have to find out they road dog ain't they road dog by way of life in prison. 25 years. You don't need that. You don't need to learn the lesson that way. You could just say, listen, y'all could be my friends. If y'all niggas is into some street shit, that's on y'all. We can still be friends. That's y'all shit. And if they're your friends, they're going to keep it like that. You know what, boy? You ain't got nothing to do with something. You shouldn't be hanging over here with us because we hot. We just went and shot at them niggas. We went, or them niggas are shooting at us for something. You don't need to be here because this shit ain't got nothing to do with you. That's how your street friends should carry you if you ain't in the streets with them, if they're your real friends. I know a bunch of dudes who stood and took time. One of the dudes I reached out to, I'm trying to get on the podcast, but scheduling things. He went and did time, ain't do nothing, ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Did 25 years for his friends, held his homeboys down. Nobody stepped up and was like, nah, he ain't that type of nigga. He ain't do that. And you know what niggas had for him when he came home? Daps. Niggas had daps. Ain't nobody go and live a life that was like, damn, that nigga went and laid down for me. I got to put X amount of money away for him so he could start his life when he get home because he ate that charge for me. Nah, come hang out with us. That's all we got. So I could tell nigga, my nigga a real one. He took the charge for everybody. But now you don't got no kids. You starting your life at 40-something as opposed to when they started their lives. And these niggas didn't even start their lives. They wasted their lives while you took that charge and went down and set for them. Like, I seen these things in the street. I'm telling you about things that I seen, things that I went through. All the snitching, all the crime shit, I went through all of it. And if I ain't go through it, I seen it. I know a nigga who got every charge imaginable except the weirdo ones. And I know who got them charged, we just don't fuck with them. But when I say I seen it, and I want to communicate to these people, it was a waste of time for everybody that I seen living that street life, man. There are no exceptions. All the way up to Meech. And those type of niggas that was making $250 million a year and all that. That shit don't impress me no more, man. Because you went from that to immediately your son had to figure it out. He was out here on his back pockets. That's what his legacy is now. It went from the most solid nigga in the world to this nigga's a rat. His son is a rat. They did some fuck shit for some money. Now they scrambling. The legacy is tweaked. All because they didn't stand on the morals and principles that they said they stood on originally. And the only thing that changed that is that time. It's all fun and games until the rabbit got the gun. All this shit is, if you're in the streets, you have to accept that all of this shit is possibly going to come to fruition in your life. The harder you go in the streets, if you a shooter man, they gonna tell on you. If you a drug dealer, the haters gonna tell on you or try to come get you. These are things you have to accept. If you don't want those things in your life, man, go get a job, go get a trade, get closer to your family. I ain't even a religious person, but if the religion will save you, get closer to whatever religion resonates with you. Add some positivity to your life, or because that idle time and all that shit, a lot of it for young black men and women turns into being just stupidity. I'm seeing videos of young girls beating up older women. I'm seeing a mother of 5 was just shot outside of a lounge in Brooklyn. It's all coming from the same place, the youth. We need to contact the youth and we need to tell the youth these stories. We need to let them know that their story is no different than ours. We need to, it can't be no separation in community. We have to find places to engage each other in a way where we can help each other, be it through conversation, be it through resources, something. But it can't be just allowing ourselves to be the worst of the worst. We can't what about, when people bring up what our young kids are doing, we can't say, but those young kids are doing that. We talking about our community, man. Littering in another community doesn't make your block dirty. You littering in your community makes your block dirty. It's about what we got to do. It's about what we got to call into frame as problems and alleviate some of this shit, man. This is about helping, this is about growing, and this is about making sure black people make it through this shit, man, because we've been going through it, we've been fighting for a long time, and we still fighting, but we turning on each other more and more. I don't even see no death. It won't even be no deaths if black people stop killing black people for stupid reasons. That's a small part of the community that's out there committing crimes and all that shit. And we know that, but they don't know that. So they try to label all of us as the same. This is why when I'm outside, I think about black people as a whole when I'm thinking about representation, how I come across. I don't want to be an angry black man, so I come at you on the level you come at me on. If we could have a conversation, that's about, I don't care what race, what creed, what you believe in. If you come to me as a man that I can respect, guess what? We're going to have a great conversation. We're going to have a great time. And that's how we should all be trying to deal with each other. And that's what I'm hoping for. So back to my giveaway, right? I want everybody who sees this that can, if you have the time to come out August 30th, we starting this. This is about community. This is about definitely about the kids. We always gonna be about the kids. It's gonna be games out there. It's gonna be food. We're gonna have fun. I was supposed to have it at a smaller spot, but I opened it up to where we could have it at a school where space is other things you could get into out there aside from what we're gonna offer. So I just thought that'd make better use of the space and the time. And that's it, man. This is what we working on, man. Growing community. We're gonna continue to do it like this. These one-on-ones where it's just me and the camera, while I'm talking about my perspective on these topics, and we're also lining up some great interviews, man. With some great interviews with some great people that I think the people need to see, because that's what the interview part of this is. I'm trying to show people that black people from our community could be great. There are no marginalizations no more. If you fighting a good fight and if you're determined to make it, you can make it. And that's what I want to show with my guests. I have a number of people that I'm trying to get on the pod, but like I said, scheduling and things of that nature. This being season 2, we're going to try to be more in your face weekly. Like I say that I got a lot going on in my life, and I try to move things around best I can, but sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. Things are getting better for me on this side, so I'll be able to have more time to come and sit in front of this camera and talk about more shit, because it's a lot more that we have to talk about. Yeah, I want to, before I leave, right? I say all that, before I leave, I want to say something, man. This is some relationship shit. This is women. Y'all gotta understand something, man. I see a lot of women talking about Chrisean Rock, her kid, right? Chrisean Rock popularity came from women watching her burn herself the fuck out. All of it. Like, y'all watched that girl drink Hennessy for 9 months. Y'all watched her smoke and drink Black and Milds the whole time she was pregnant. Y'all didn't turn off the TV or YouTube or whatever it is. However you was taking in the shit she was doing, and she was getting paid hand over fist from it. So she didn't learn the lesson. She chose money over the health of the child that was developing inside of her. Y'all couldn't turn it off, so she couldn't stop doing it. Now that baby is suffering, and y'all are talking shit about the baby. I go through every comment section. Anytime I see this kid, I go through the comment section, and it's women slamming her. It was women who told her that shit was all right while she was getting pregnant. While she was getting pregnant, while she was pregnant with the child. You watched it. You could go any fucking stream while she was pregnant, and Hennessy was a part of that stream. See, we can't say that these people are the same shit with AB and all these other people. We are praising people for their worst impulses, instead of saying, yo, you know what? I'm not watching that crash out. I'm not watching that fall off. I'm not watching that. Because if you wasn't watching it, all of these people would stop doing it. They're doing what they're doing because it's earning them money. AB said it out his mouth. That nigga said, yo, I'm drunk, but they watching it. They love it. So he's going to kill himself because y'all won't turn off the TV. I don't watch this shit. Like, people send me things all the time. And I might watch a clip, but I'm not watching none of this shit that's not giving me no information. You turn on that shit, the Crips is pressing niggas to get in parties. Like, what is, I don't even understand what's so entertaining at this point. And another thing, beyond Krishan Rock, I want to talk about Remy Martin, man. Real shit. Y'all are reposting videos of diss songs from Remy Ma to Clarissa Shields, a girl she's younger than, that has the man that Remy Ma said ain't shit. Why are you so focused on this girl? If the man ain't shit and the girl is too, why are you so focused on him? Clarissa Shields had a fight the other night. She in the house, she in the stadium beating a girl face in. Remy Ma thinking she funny. She's debuting a song outside the stadium or some shit like that. Bitch, go get your fighting license and let's do this in the ring since you got a problem. Don't say you can't get your fighting license because I just seen Krishan Rock get her fighting license. You understand what I'm saying? If you want the smoke, you could go get the smoke. She handing out hands and fists, beating bitches' face in, and you think you dissing her and all that shit, you're corny. And when I see women like reposting this shit and being yes and all that, this is the reason a lot of y'all are single and nobody wants y'all. Because you look at these Instagrams and you can see the shit that these girls think is cool to post or things to say. You let me see how your mind works. You let me see what you think is cool. So now I don't even have to engage you to know that I don't like you. I don't even have to engage you to know that I don't like the way you think, the things that you think are cool to do. So that's just something to be mindful, man. When y'all praising the Cardi B's, the Remy's and all this shit, I know you got a vagina and you want to just be, she's a woman, I'm wrong for her. But understand what we're saying when we see you root for this shit. Y'all have all the problems in the world with a straight nigga, Cardi B fucking a gay nigga that's arguing with his gay nigga publicly and all that, and somehow he better than the straight niggas. Like the shit y'all post, the shit y'all champion, let us know something about you and the way you think, the way you behave, and the person you are without even engaging you. So I'm gonna leave you with that, Jim, man. But that's real shit. Just think about it. The next time you decide to post or think, you might not care what these niggas think. As you say, nobody cares what these niggas think, but everybody want a nigga. I'm telling you, if you want a nigga, watch what you posted. Watch what you allow a man to see you championing. Because he's gonna label you, and you even if you get the nigga you want, he coming for one reason and he's out. Because he already know what you got up there by what you post. But with that, you know how this shit go. I don't want to be long-winded. I came. We touched a couple topics. I got to touch the people. And again, thank y'all for every subscribe. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for the feedback. Thank y'all for everything. And we're gonna post the Really Kick It book bag giveaway. And everybody who can make it, man, I would love to see y'all, man. And to the next one, man. Like, share, subscribe. Love, peace, and we out. One.